Hey guys, Trail Theory here. I'm Austin.
I'm Brian.
And tonight we're gonna do a little mini episode of a freeze-dried meal taste test.
Yes, mini series.
Yeah, so on our normal podcast, which you can find on YouTube and on Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff.
Yep.
You can see our longer versions. So we've done like hour-long episodes where we break down like 4 different freeze-dried meals.
Sometimes 5.
Yeah. Sometimes there's a sneaky one right at the end.
Sometimes it's dessert. Who knows?
Sometimes it's pina colada.
Oh my gosh, that's right. That was so terrible.
It was not very good.
It was so bad.
It was not very good. And no alcohol, so that's probably why.
That's why.
But tonight what we decided to do is try some freeze-dried meals from our friends at ReadyWise.
Yeah, thanks Ben for sending us. They actually reached out to us and we were more than happy to try some of these new foods that they have. So we did have that one freeze-dried episode that we did that was strictly ReadyWise, and there were some new favorites in that. I mean, unreal.
It was insane. So yeah, last episode on the podcast, we did 4 different ones from ReadyWise, and they were all really good. There was one that shined bright, and everybody loved it. It was the beef bulgogi.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Bulgogi.
Bulgogi? Whatever. I always say it wrong.
With kimchi fried rice.
Dude, kimchi. Amazing. So we decided we're gonna try 2 more that we haven't even tasted once tonight. So this is gonna be totally fresh. Hopefully it doesn't suck.
It's not sponsored or anything like that. They told us to be super honest. We would be honest with you guys anyway. So if it sucks, then we're gonna say it sucks.
All right. So we're gonna try a couple different ones tonight.
It did smell pretty good already though.
It did smell pretty good. So we got here, the first one here is pasta alla vodka with chicken. Pasta, classic. Chicken is typically a really good freeze-dried meal. It dehydrates and then rehydrates really, really well. So
and there's alcohol in this with the vodka, right?
Yeah, right.
That's what that means, I think.
Whoa, boy, that is.
This is funny because usually in the episodes, only one person gets to see the initial thing. We're so close we can see. It is soupy.
It is pretty soupy. So this one, the freeze-dried meals, what makes them so great is because they're really easy to prepare. They're really lightweight. You get a lot of ingredients in such a small package. This one required a cup and a half, 12 ounces of boiling water, which we did beforehand.
Yep.
And it's been sitting in here for about 10 minutes. Which just says 7 to 12 minutes, so that makes sense. This one is definitely soupy.
Yep.
I probably would use way less water than what it says. To be honest, when we're out on the trail, and what I've always done with a lot of the other brands, whether it's Backpacker's Pantry,
Mountain House,
typically I like to use a little less water.
Yeah.
And it usually turns out fine. This probably would do the same thing, but it's all about the flavor, right?
That's true.
So
we've got about 690 calories for the entire bag. So it's 2 servings. So if you're only eating half, you're looking at 340. But the one thing that we did notice with some of these is that the ingredients don't have like a ton of crazy things you can't pronounce, right? It's a lot of real food. And usually with that, sometimes the taste doesn't come with it. But I will say, from experience with some of the other ones, it's actually pretty good, so.
Yeah, so like Brian was saying, is that the ingredients on here are real simple. There's a lot of stuff you can pronounce on here and stuff that you would eat normally at home. Honestly, the biggest downside of that is that typically the expiration date doesn't go out till 2068, which I don't care, because if I'm buying a freeze-dried meal, typically I'm gonna eat it either for the trip that I'm going on next or within the year. It's not usually that far, but
we're not doomsdayers.
No, which if you are, ReadyWise makes these big,
huge,
they're buckets. They're buckets.
Yeah.
They have like so many meals in them. You can actually get them at Costco.
Yeah, man.
I see them every time I go to Costco. This is their ReadyWise Outdoor Pro Adventure meal. So this is much more specific for backpacking. One other interesting thing about this meal is, before we start talking about the flavor, is on all of these new meals that they've released, they have some sort of charity or organization that they partner with.
Yep.
The one on here is the One Tree Planted. This pro meal helps plant trees. A portion of the sales from this meal goes towards supporting One Tree Planted and the impact that it makes on reforesting areas of the United States affected by wildfires.
Love that.
So this one specifically is One Tree Planted, which is pretty cool. Now, we got that out of the way.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Well, I actually was really surprised. It has great flavor. It is very soupy. but it almost to me tastes like a almost like a wedding soup a little bit.
I can see that. The flavor is insanely
Flavor is
good.
great.
The flavor is insanely good. So like the last.
A fork is not good for this one.
No.
As it sits with that much water in
You
it.
need a
but
spoon.
The spoon would be good. This would be awesome on like a early spring or fall trip where you're kind of at camp. It's a little chilly out. You're by the campfire, and you got like this nice soup at the end of the day to have.
You slurp that down right out of the bag.
Yeah.
But the flavor is insane. What I noticed with the 4 other ReadyWise meals that we did on our last episode, all of them had knockout flavor.
Yeah.
There was one that was a little soupy like this.
Sure.
The beef
you're right.
stroganoff.
The beef stroganoff, right?
But again, the flavor was knockout. So a little adjustment with water, and I think
Yep.
this would be like a perfect freeze-dried meal because the flavor is crazy good.
I'm gonna go in one more time.
Yeah, go right ahead. The chicken was like seasoned. Like typically a lot of times when you eat chicken out of these things, it's just like, oh, it's a chunk of chicken, which is good for like protein, calories, all that kind of stuff. But it actually seemed like it was like, had pepper on
Yeah.
it and seasoning. So again, a little soupy, a little watery, but overall the flavor is excellent.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Nice.
I dig it.
Let's go to the next one.
All right.
I'm excited about this next one. I really do like a chicken pot pie.
Dude, I don't think I've had a freeze-dried meal like this.
I don't think I've ever had a chicken pot pie like this either. So it's got biscuits on it. Like there's pictures of biscuits. When you open it up, are there biscuits in there?
It's not really.
Okay.
Not really. So
Because there's some other freeze-dried meals that we've had before that's like a biscuit and gravy kind of thing, where they actually have like whole biscuits that you can kind of break up if you want to. They do rehydrate a little bit better if they're broken up a bit.
They do, yeah.
I feel like, but
yeah, I've done one with biscuits and gravy where it was like
yeah.
just the briskets in it, and I literally just burped, so that's great. Where it's literally just the biscuits in the thing, and it doesn't rehydrate as well. Some people like the crunch though.
I do kind of like almost like a cracker kind of.
Yeah, it's like putting oyster crackers.
Yeah,
or
I do love oyster crackers.
Saltines.
Yeah.
So okay, country style chicken pot pie. Herb roasted chicken with buttery biscuit dumplings and vegetables. So let's open this guy up and see what we got. Ooh, interesting. Look at that.
Okay.
So I dig this.
A lot of veggies in it.
Yeah, a lot of vegetables in this. Again, a little watery. That's all right.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Hot.
So hot. Boiling hot. Yeah, watch yourself. Oh my God, that's good though. Yeah. Sorry, I totally gave it away. Burn in my mouth. So while Brian tries this one out, so this one's cool. This one actually, the sponsorship with this one, the charity on this one, actually, the portion of the sales go to the Appalachian Trail Conservatory. So this is pretty sweet, supporting the Appalachian Trail. So nice. We all love that. We're East Coasters, so we love the AT.
Dude, yeah. Just right out of the gate though, I do kind of wish like there were more biscuit kind of.
You want a more like crunchy biscuit?
I want a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
You know?
I get that. I guess when you think of pot pie, you think of like pie crust, right? This doesn't quite have that. But dude, the flavor again is like knockout.
Outstanding, dude.
It's crazy good. What's great about this too is that the full pouch, if you get this whole pouch, it's 840 calories.
Oh, that's great.
When you are done after a hard day of hiking,
Oh yeah.
dude, that is like, that's almost like the perfect amount of calories. Cause like we've had a couple meals that I love that like, what's the brand that we love?
Peak Refuel.
Peak Refuel. We love Peak Refuel. We haven't had many misses from them.
Nope.
A lot of those are like, I mean, there was one that was like 1,100.
Almost 12, yeah.
Almost 1,200.
Yep.
And that's great. That's a lot of calories. Good for a day of hard hiking. I feel like 840, that is
But
like
sometimes
right in
I
the
feel
zone.
like a lot of them I can't even finish. Like I always have leftovers, and thankfully we've got a disposal that in our group.
Yeah, Pfeiffer, one of the co-hosts of the podcast, he'll finish it for you if you don't. But,
yeah, which is great.
Yeah, dude, that's killer. I'm gonna go
go back in for another one. Quick. Dude, I almost kind of wish we had a few more to try. These are both very good, and again, honest opinions on both of them. Do you have a favorite?
I think for me, one, because I haven't had anything else like it, is the chicken pot pie. The flavor on the vodka pasta was really, really good.
Yeah.
It was a little too watery for me.
Definitely watery.
Also, like it's not like it's a good staple. It's not super creative.
Right.
Chicken pot pie, like that's pretty rare.
And dude, I think that there's green beans in here, right?
Dude, the green beans are my favorite part.
The peas are perfect. The carrots are perfect. Like there's nothing that's hard in it. Like everything rehydrated so well.
The vegetables rehydrated perfectly. No, that's killer. I love that. I would try that one again. Again, I would probably put a smidge less water, maybe like 2 ounces less. Other than that,
you know what I would do?
That's really good.
I think we talked about this on our last episode that we did with freeze dried. I'm bringing a baguette on the trail with me next time, because if I had a baguette for both these meals, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. If I had a baguette for both these meals to sop up all this goodness,
dude, just
yes.
Wing it out of your pack.
Yes.
Dip it in.
Let's go.
I love it.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, thanks for spending some time with us against ReadyWise.
ReadyWise, you guys did it again.
They've been doing really well. Yeah, thanks for sticking around. Don't forget to like and subscribe and listen to the podcast on YouTube and Spotify, Apple Music, all those places.
Anywhere you get your streams.
Yeah, thanks guys.
We'll see you next time.